Hey everybody, welcome back to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is it's almost Cinco de Mayo, the 4th of May 2025. In this video, we're going to be talking about those Kennedy half dollars. And it's pretty comprehensive. You won't believe the details went into this morning to get the data to share with you here in this video. So hopefully you're going to be stoked out and educated about what's going down with this Kennedy half dollar, or even just the half dollar in general for the next few years. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a really big number. I looked it up. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com. Bingo. Gold ended the week at 32.54.35, silver at 32.25, platinum at 9.84.40, palladium at 987.95, and Dr. Copper over here, ended the week at 469 a pound. Over here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.89 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They got you paying $39.14. I tell you, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You could go back to January or February, and everybody was paying this price. All right, they'll buy them back. You can sell them for $33.56 each. That's over the spot price there. Next up, the United States Mint's product page. And yes, 2 days from now, right after Cinco de Mayo, is, the Kennedy half dollar drop. You got the rolls and bags, and you got the, the last Kennedy half dollar as we know it. I gotta say, it's been a good ride. I really dig this coin. A lot of people dig this coin. But before we look into this, let's go ahead and check out the Mint's product schedule. I just wanted to show you something real quick. Like, it is the 4th of May, and if we go here to the 8th, we got the American Buffalo 1 ounce proof coin, Willie McKinley Presidential Silver Medal, May 12th. May 15th, the 3rd American Innovation coin dropping this year. That's incredible to have so many already dropped by May. After that, we got Texas, and that's it. We're just looking for the proof and the reverse proof sets. Now, this is the very last item on the Mint's product schedule that actually has a date. Yeah, that's May 20, and that's the uncirculated 1 ounce silver dollar out of West Point, and that has a mintage, a stated product limit of 90,000, folks. That is incredibly low, and I'm definitely involved in that one. Got a sub. But here's the kicker. None of the other items on the Mint's product schedule have a date, and they just say, a season, and everything has a season, right? Turn, turn, turn. Well, let's find out when summer begins for 2025, and that's about, a month. Well, if the thing loads ever, here we go. Friday, June 20th is the summer solstice. That's right. So June 20, does that mean necessarily that the Mint's not going to have anything going on for a whole month after this particular coin drop? Well, yeah, absolutely. And that's the way things go. But what's interesting is the Mint has 69 items on the schedule, and there's 52 weeks in a year. So anyway, that's just something I had to find out. What's going on in the United States Mint? Where is the photographs? Where's the images for the 25 APM? I don't know, but I really like to find out. Now, let's keep on keeping on. I wanted to ask you a question here. These are the Kennedy half dollars, right? And they're going to be available on Tuesday, but are they going to sell out Tuesday? That's what I want to know, and I bet a lot of you would like to find out, right? So the product limit for the bag here is 11,550, and if we go back to that product schedule, remember, these do say limited, right? Look at that legend, coming soon and limited. And what the Mint does is they actually save 10% for drop day, and if those subs are all gone, they save 10% for drop day. And that's it, folks. And we're going to hit subscription here, and I got to show you here. Look at this. Next product in subscription, and it says right here, this is the Kennedy 2027 half dollar in the 200 coin bag. And there's a good reason. And I got to say that 2026, you will probably love the design for 2020. I know I do, and I can't wait to actually get in on that action because I just got to own it. I got to have it. And the question is, will it be available for subscription? We don't have any word yet, but this is basically the next time we're going to see the Kennedy half dollar on subscription. That's going to be 2027, folks. So are you in and out on these Kennedy half dollars for the rolls and or bags? What do you think? This bag option here, or the roll option, is 26,250. So I would imagine more people have this option than the bag option. Clearly is half of that, right? So, And some folks believe that the bag has better coins because, they don't get put into a rolling machine, and you know what a rolling machine does, right? That's violent. Yeah, so that's why people think that Kennedy half dollars in bags are most coins come in a bag are better quality. Now, let's keep on keeping on. Now, we're going to go to the Google machine because we know this is the last year of the Kennedy $half design until 2027, right? And in 2027, well, I'm going to show you what's going on with that in a minute or so. But look at this. I put here on the Google machine, Kennedy 2025 $half. Global Newswire has an article, CoinWeek has an article, and CoinWorld has an article. One from a month ago, 3 days ago, and 4 days ago, and so on and so forth. Well, I asked the question, I'm like, so does any of these articles, do any of them have the information that I just dropped to you that this is the last year for this design? Well, this one's by the United States Mint, and I don't think the United States Mint actually had anything about this is the last year, so get on board or miss out. Nothing like that at all. If we go to the Global Newswire article, it's the same thing by the United States Mint. And then there's an article by Paul Gilks over CoinWorld, dated March 24, 2025. And they don't really go into too much detail about what's going on with the design change. I thought that was really interesting. However, if you go over here to coinnews.net, this is by Mike Unser, dated November 18, 2024. And this is the 2026 semi-quincentennial $half designs recommended. All right. This is beautiful, folks. I love this. This is one of the most beautiful designs, I would say, any United States coin has ever had. And look at that, passing the torch there. And I wanted to read this particular section to you, and it all makes sense here. It says here, the $half is, let me go ahead and highlight this, that way it pops more. The $half is the final of the 3 acts comprising the 2026 dime, quarters, and $half. The $half explores what is required of us to keep our republic for the next 250 years and emphasizes the critical role of the citizen in a participatory and knowledge-based democracy, according to the Mint's narrative for the design. Come on, if that doesn't give you chicken skin, you might not be here with us. In drafting their designs, artists were encouraged to consider a bold modern style to underscore the theme of looking to the future and to potentially contrast and complement the more traditional imagery anticipated on the 2026 dime. Folks, I got to show you these images here. I mean, obviously there's this, that, does it have a little reminiscent of the presidential dollars, or rather the innovation dollars? Absolutely. But that is, I mean, you look at the Statue of Liberty with the Liberty spikes and then the torch. I mean, come on, this is something else. Now, here's some of the designs that this is fantastic. This is a zoomed in version, and I will leave a link in the description for these items. And this is next year's $half, folks. And regrettably, we don't get to find out who the artist was whose design this is. And I got to give him kudos. But not just these. I mean, you got to see all the rest of these designs. All right, this is the obverse. It says half O. These designs are remarkable, folks. They really are quite something. The Art Deco imagery. I can see why they didn't pick this one. Somebody might confuse that with the LA Olympics, perhaps. But look at this, to the future. I mean, I love that. Ultimately, this is what they chose for the obverse. I mean, look at these. Outstanding designs. And these are the reverse images that they had to go with. I mean, obviously, look at the torch is definitely a prominent theme. Or there you go. Knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty. And yeah. Oh, I know. I think the perfect +1 would have been from Hillel the Elder, the person who does not educate themselves, right? That's a heavy duty saying. Anyway, toward a more perfect union. That one didn't make it. Here we are planting. It looks like an oak leaves right there, passing the torch here. And that's ultimately what had happened there. There's left to right and there's right to left. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And this is what we're going to do in the future, folks. So that's basically what I've showed you was 2025. This is 2026. Now let's go 1 year past 2026 and we'll get to 2027. This is Congress.gov redesigning circulating quarters, $half, and dollar coins, current and future designs. And I will leave a link in the description for this as well. And I've highlighted the section that we're going to look at real quick here. There we are, 2027. Oops, I might as well show the $half. 2027 to 2030. Now, this makes me think that the Kennedy $half as we know it with this obverse may come back, but it's only a definite possibility of a firm maybe. I don't know. It's just me theorizing. All right, it says here, the Circulating Collectible Coin Redesign Act authorizes the redesign of the $half between 2020 and 2030 with images on the reverse emblematic of a sport tailored to athletes with a range of disabilities, including physical impairment, vision impairment, and intellectual impairment. Each half dollar would feature a single Paralympic sport after consultation with the U.S. Paralympics, with one sport featured each year. And I got to say, folks, I do volunteer for the Special Olympics. And look, they don't have to have anybody in a wheelchair or anybody with a missing leg or anybody. They look like me and you, got all the parts and pieces. And they could just, I mean, you'd never know by looking at them, right? That's the most beautiful thing. They're just regular folks, and that's all they want to be treated like. Just regular old people, I'm telling you. That's what they are. And we shouldn't treat them any different or special because of their physical impairments, vision impairments, or intellectual impairments. That's what it is. I mean, they're just people, right? Now, let's go to the plus ones. This is the good one right here. I got it for you. And I already said the one from Hillel the Elder about learning and those who don't want to learn. Not so good. This is about brains, though. Prejudice and bigotry is blindness in the brain. That's right. Many complain about their looks, but who complains about their brains? That rhymes. Who knew? Now, I think what this means is, you got never forget that the Lord first looks at our hearts, then at our brains. And don't forget where our words come from. Our words come from our head, right? Our brains. But they don't come out our mouth next. They come to our heart. And remember what I think it says in Matthew 12, whatever the heart's full of, well, if it's full of not goodness or goodness, well, that's what's going to finally come out of your mouth. Now, with that said, I almost forgot the music. What am I doing? Now let's bounce over here to 99.9 KO Anchor News Radio. This is off the very best of Electric Light Orchestra. This is Strange Magic. Isn't that awesome? Now, with that said, I'm going to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you do like what you're here to see, please sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free is membership. It's only $1.99 a month, though. It's not that much. It's price of a cheap cup of coffee, right? That's not too bad. And then Monday, Gen X and I are going to be having an auction, and he's got some really epic, awesome stuff. I've already seen some of it on the spreadsheet, and you can take a gander as well. Now, with that said, y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Stacker out.